Have you ever caught yourself saying, they think of me as just a doormat? If so, this video is for you. Okay, friends, if I'm being honest, I feel a little bit scared and nervous and timid to do this, but why not? Let's start a YouTube channel. Hey friends, welcome back. And if you're new here, I'm MegAnne, your YouTube parent coach on demand, and today we'll be taking a look into permissive parenting. This is by far the nicest of all of the styles. This is like, I like to say it's like a waterfall. It's someone who just wants to give and give and give and nurture and nurture and nurture because they want their children to always feel happiness or feel freedom. They want to just pour on all of this kindness, which is great until you start to feel like your children are learning to take advantage, or the tantrums are getting out of hand, or you're starting to feel really upset and it starts to build up and you don't know what to do, and then you explode and lash out. So let's look at the 5 common signs that are a marker that maybe you're a permissive parent. I'll also share some helpful pivots that we can make to help establish more firmness and more boundaries so that you don't have to be a constant pushover. Sign number 1, you have an inconsistent routine. Sometimes I hear parents say, oh, well, there is no morning routine. And how I want to challenge is that a routine just means a series of behaviors repeated, which means that you either have a routine that is working for you or working against you. And so if you're always feeling like you're rewriting the script every single morning to get to school on time, you just have an inconsistent routine, and often a parent-driven routine. Like, go get your shoes, we gotta go, what are you doing? How am I gonna get you there? It's all being pushed by the parent. What ends up happening actually is that our children start to learn, like, I don't have to attend, I don't have to do this until she tells me to do it. And they put the responsibility back on you. When you're trying to get multiple children out or even getting yourself ready for work, what can end up happening is this like constant rush, this constant stress, and that's no way to start the morning. How we flip is by building a consistent child-led routine. There's another video coming that will outline all of those steps. It's a 4-step process that I helped work my clients through. It's a routine that's everybody can stay accountable to it, and it just clearly marks out where our expectations are and what time and what the cutoff is. So if you need to be out the door by 8 o'clock, we're telling the kids, hey, all of these things have to be done by 8 o'clock because I'm leaving. And then we just hold them to it, which can kind of seem like a little bit crazy because at first, backpacks might be left, breakfast might not get eaten, and shoes might be getting put on in the car. But children will start to learn like that it's now their responsibility to attend so that they can leave at 8 prepared and ready for the day. It's just a little like a little switch. Sign number 2 that you might be a permissive parent is that there is constant negotiation. Can I have a cookie for dinner? No. Because children know that they can push you to your limit and then you'll give in. Because if they escalate and scream, you're going to become so overwhelmed that you're just going to give in and give the cookie. So sometimes this looks like a toy at Target. Sometimes this looks like a cookie for dinner. Sometimes this looks like, I don't want to clean up my toys. It's these little tests that children are saying like, yeah, will make me. And learning how to keep a very firm boundary here is a way to just still be respectful, but also holding in that like, I'm not gonna move on until this task is done. Let's take the cookie example. It's dinner time, you're negotiating bites, and it's gotten to the point where you're just like, just lick it and I'll give you the cookie. And they still don't want to do it. You let them not have the cookie and they might scream. Yes, there might be tears. The next day when you say that you won't get a cookie, they're gonna know, whoa, she means business. So getting very clear and firm on those boundaries and letting them cry and knowing that this is going to be a short-term loss for a long-term win. Sign number 3, which kind of piggybacks off of that last one, is that whenever you say the word no, your child erupts in either a tantrum or even gets aggressive. Something that my clients come to me is saying that my kids are hitting me. And these are like 3, 4, 5-year-olds. They're hitting whenever they hear no. And what's end up happening is that the parents feel like so much anxiety to say the word no that it creates tiptoe around or trying to like keep them happy because they know that if they hear no or they feel upset or disappointment or anger, explode and lash out. An easy pivot here is to use the words yes, when. So let's go back to that cookie example. Can I have a cookie for dinner? Yes, when you eat 2 bites and then hold firm. Can I go play outside? Yes, you can, when these toys are cleaned up and hold firm. This allows for the children who you feel uncomfortable saying no to. You're still saying no, it's just packaged a little bit differently. So that way you can like start to hold firm to these boundaries without like the epic tantrum. Sign number 4 that you might be a permissive parent is that you're uncomfortable with the feeling disappointment. So you do your best to shield your children for feeling hurt or disappointment. What ends up happening then is that whenever they feel those feelings, they rely on you to do the work to get them back to happy. Which is fine if you're with them, but the cautionary tale is what happens when you're not with them and they feel these feelings, or when they grow up and they don't know how to get themselves back to happy. The sooner we can teach this skill, the faster they will start to learn how to do it themselves. Teaching children these skills of how to get through disappointment, one, requires us to know how to get through disappointment so that then we can teach them how to get through disappointment. But also too, then it makes our job a lot easier. Instead of doing the work, we're in charge of just holding space. So the last sign is that you're on constant eggshells. And this comes from always doing the work to keep our children happy. So once they learn how to get themselves back to happy, what kind of strategies or tools that they can learn to get themselves back to happy, then we can eliminate that eggshell feeling 100%, because that feeling of anxiety of like, oh, I don't know, what happens when her favorite ice cream flavor is not there? What happens if her toy breaks? What happens if she falls? What happens if fill in the blank? All of that like feeling of anxiety can go away because we know that they can handle it and that we can handle it. So in closing, I want you to remember that I don't believe in bad parents at all. I think that we are always doing the best with what we know and what we can access given our circumstance. And this channel is just all about helping you learn new tools that you can bring into your family and test them out. If this video is helpful and you're thinking, how do I start being more firm? I'd love for you to check out my challenge called the Year of Empowered Parenting Challenge. This is a 5-day video series where I walk you through helping you shift out of this mindset, how to shift into becoming aware of our personalities, of our triggers, of our children's personalities, and how we can start to work from strengths. Because again, I don't think that there are bad parents. I just aim to equip parents with more effective tools. So I hope that helps. You can get all of that information in the description below. All right, see you next time. Bye, friends. Sign number 4 that you might be a permissive